This is lesser known and lesser explored Wari Chora. And other than it being like Grand Canyons, there is a legend of 7 serpents behind it.
This place needs a full story because it is by far one of the most mesmerizing places I have ever been to. But still, very few people know about the beauty and the legend of Wari Chora. In many folk stories, we hear about paradise and how the routes to paradise are lesser known and full of hurdles and challenges. Only if you are up for the challenges is when you get to reach the paradise. It is the same for Wari Chora. Less than 300-kilometer drive from Shillong or Guwahati will take you to Tura, one of the largest cities of Meghalaya. Another 150 kilometers from there via Bagmara will take you to Double Grey village for overnight stay. But the last 15 kilometers are a real off-road. I visited in May when monsoons were starting and it was a real challenge to cross many patches on the road. But finally we reached our only homestay in Double Grey and it was dark by then. It was really windy, but the warm hospitality of Mr. Henan and family and the company of friends made it a perfect evening. The real surprise came in the morning when I realized that all night long we were sitting with the view of a gorgeous waterfall which we saw only in the morning after sunrise. After having a hearty breakfast with a perfect view, I left to find someone who could tell me the story of Wari Chora. I was lucky enough to meet Nokma, meaning the king or chief himself, who told me the importance and why you need to show respect while visiting the river.
Wari Chora ni gaman nagaton singate masija wifaja khat simbang nasa khandakke ya khat ya ko singa ya thanya ni gaman ya Wari Chora ra skangni ambini achuni sasongonian mungsinga munggama ni gaman ya ma khengonian ya Wari Chora ko mungsingia Nigeman, ya Wari Chora ra, nokma borsni dongana, Nigeman, ya Wari Chora ko, kamakan munggama.
Loaded with the story, we set deep into the forest for a 6-kilometer trek deep through the jungle. It also started raining, but I couldn't decide if it was making the jungle more eerie or more beautiful. But what was definitely worrisome were the leeches that the jungle is infested with. Some say it even falls from the trees many a times. Luckily for us, it was only the ground. Treading carefully through the leeches and some really tricky slopes and bends, we finally reached the coveted Wari Chora. The raft was inflated and we set afloat to explore the legend of Wari Chora. What we saw next was nothing less than paradise. No one spoke for the longest of time. The sound of water falling from the top of canyons and the raft squeezing its way through the narrow passage. It seemed like a different world. No words can describe the feeling. While returning, neither the leeches mattered that much nor the rains. All we had in our mind was the magic of Wari Chora that we had witnessed.
Garo Hills is full of unexplored gems like these and many unexplored stories. Why don't you visit and see for yourself, and I'll see you in my next story. And also if there are any leeches on my shoes. Khushiyan always. Follow me for 15 seconds. Coming up.
No problem.
Khushiyan always.